Exam season is rapidly approaching, which means a lot of studying, but I can't seem to find the motivation to do it. I'd rather spend my time watching Netflix or playing games. So it got me thinking, why can't we spend lots of time watching TV or playing games? Watching TV is easy because it needs no concentration, but some video games need deep concentration and I still look forward to playing them. I couldn't find an answer, so I decided to turn studying into a game. To do this, I had to think about the things which make video games fun and apply them to studying. One of the good things about video games is that they allow us a safe space to fail. For example, if you died in a video game, it's not like you're dying in real life, you still have other lives, so it's not the end of the world. This same mindset can be applied to exams. Of course we don't want to fail exams, but it's not the end of the world if we do, even though it might seem like it is in the short term. The worst that happens is that it hurts your ego and you have to repeat the exam in summer, so it's not the end of the world. It's important to remind yourself that it's not the end of the world if you fail, because if you're studying but you're stressed out because you're scared of failing the exam, then you won't be memorizing things to the best of your capacity, so it'll be hindering your performance. So reminding yourself that it's not the end of the world if you fail allows you to study more relaxed and more effectively. In games, there's always measurable progress, so you can level up and move on to more difficult challenges. I try to recreate this by measuring the progress of my studying using Google Sheets. I'll write all the topics that are going to be in my exam, and then each time I go over them using the proven study techniques, active recall and spaced repetition, I mark how I felt about that lesson, so green means I knew it perfectly, and red means I really wasn't confident at it at all. This allows me to track my progress, and as I see more lessons becoming green, it means I'm feeling more confident for the exam. In video games, when we level up or unlock new characters, we get a dopamine spike, and I get this same dopamine spike when I'm changing a lesson from red to green, and I'm seeing my progress. This allows me to feel a sense of achievement and let me know that I'm getting closer to my goals. Another thing is that video games allow you to feel like you're in control. When you're studying for exams, you're also in control because you're in charge of where you study, how long you study for, and which topics you do. As Newton's third law states, each action has an equal and opposite reaction. So that means if you study in coffee shops and often find yourself getting distracted, then it makes sense to switch up your environment to something like a library. Studying allows accountability because if you failed an exam, it was your fault, either because you studied with the wrong techniques or you didn't study hard enough, and you can't blame anyone else. Whereas, for example, in football, maybe you don't perform your best, but you could still win the game because of the rest of your teammates. Now, the next thing about video games is that you can play online with your friends. You can study with your friends beside you so you feel less alone and like you're in it together. Because studying can often feel lonely and kind of depressing, and you feel like you're the only one, but in reality, your classmates are going through the same struggle as well, and lots of other people. Besides just studying next to your friends, you can also actually study with your friends by either testing each other or by something called the Feynman method, which is where you learn a concept enough that you could explain it in words that even a 5-year-old could understand, and your friend could be acting as that 5-year-old. So in conclusion, as a result of the changes that I've made, studying has become more enjoyable and less like a chore. As a result, I'm able to study hard, achieve good grades, and enjoy life to the fullest.